Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in for this tutorial for People Magazine's 100 Most Beautiful People, and this time the look is Kim Kardashian. She was on that list in the magazine, and I just thought, I thought all along that that was one that I would definitely have to do because it's, her traditional look, the look you see her in a lot, is very, very easy to understand what she's doing. She's got heavy liner on, it's kind of smoked out a little bit, a light lip, kind of slightly bronzed skin, but it's not overly bronzed, some contouring on the cheeks, and we're going to go over all of that in this video. But it's definitely something that I've been wanting to try for a while. I know there are other ones out there, other Kim Kardashian videos, but I hope you like this one as part of my People Magazine's 100 Most Beautiful series. So if you want to see the look from start to finish, keep on watching. Alright guys, I first want to just explain what I've done already. I've moisturized my skin, and then I applied my Revlon Colorstay foundation in True Beige, and I just used a stippling brush, actually, brush like this. This one's from Coastal Scents. Just used that to stipple the foundation on all over my face, and then my face, I did have used a little bit of like a facial tanner here recently, so I didn't want to go as light on what I used as my concealer, so I went ahead and used my Bobbi Brown foundation stick in Natural just to conceal some areas around my eyes, and then I used my Mary Kay loose powder in Beige 1 just all over my face to get that sort of, flawless yet natural finish to start out with. And then I wanted to bring you in so I could show you what I do for the bronzer. And Kim has pretty defined cheekbones, I've noticed, and part of that is just from her having good cheekbones, but you can kind of recreate that look as well. So I'm going to take my Sonia Kashuk Creme blush and bronzer duo. I'm going to be using the bronzer here. Just any cream bronzer really will do, or like a foundation stick that's a couple shades darker than your skin tone could also work here. But I'm just going to take a swipe of that with my finger, kind of suck my cheeks in and see where that line starts to develop, and just put that right there. Okay, so kind of right in that area, and then just kind of blend it out. You can use a sponge too if you're more comfortable with blending out with that. It can kind of, sometimes with your finger you can almost over blend it. So once you got that blended out, go ahead and do the other side. Again, we're just kind of accentuating what's already there. Alright, so after you do that, it's kind of nice to just go ahead and set that, and just to help make sure that stays for you. So I'm going to use my e.l.f. blush and bronzer duo. This is from the Studio line. I'm going to use this bronzer here with my blush brush just to kind of go over that and accentuate the cheekbone area there. Okay, and then just for an overall kind of bronzy glow, I'm going to use my MAC bronzing powder in Golden, and I'm going to grab my larger powder brush for this. This is what it looks like. And this has just a hint of shimmer to it, but not overly much. And just, yeah, grab a powder brush and just take, a semi-matte bronzer and get that going all over your face, just to kind of kick up your skin tone a bit. Then for blush, I'm just going to go back to my e.l.f. Studio Compact and use this really pretty peachy, slightly shimmery blush, and just kind of apply that to the apples of my cheeks here. This blush really gives you a nice glow without appearing to add really a whole lot of color, so I like that. Alright, so here's what you came here for, right? Kim Kardashian's smoky eye. So what I'm going to start out by doing is applying my MAC Rubenesque paint pot as my base on my eyelid here. Just a thin layer will do. It's going to kind of grab the first shadow we put on. And as opposed to using, tones of purely tones of gray for this, I'm going to grab my Coastal Scents 88 Warm palette. I have a video on that if you'd like to learn more. And I'm going to grab my e.l.f. eyeshadow brush and use sort of a goldeny peach shade right in here. It matches up great with the Rubenesque paint pot we just used. And that's about, I guess I should give you some frame of reference for where that is on the palette. If this is the top corner, it is this one right here. Okay, so just pack some of that on your brush and apply that all over your lid. You're just going to get kind of a soft goldeny look here. I've seen a surprising amount of her looks where she does use, she's got the sort of heavy liner on, but the lid color and crease colors are more like goldeny shades, so that's kind of interesting. Then I'm going to go to the shade right in the, yeah, it's in the middle of the bottom, this one right here. I would describe it as sort of a brownish taupe, and I'm going to grab my, let's see, it's a medium crease brush, and just apply that pretty much just where your natural crease is. I'm going to go back to the same shade we put on the lid, lightly dust that all over up to the brow, and then take any of these like really light colored shades. I'm going for the one that's right on top of it. It's just like a light champagne, and go right under the highest point of the arch with that. Then for the last part of the shadow, it's going to be using the matte black shade in there. I'm going to hold off on that till I finish the liner. So for now we will go ahead and move on to the liner, and I'm going to be using a soft black pencil all the way around here. It's from L'Oreal and it's Pencil Perfect in Ebony, and this is one of the softest eyeliners I've used. And the reason why I want to use a soft one is because I want to smudge it out. So it always helps, you know, if your eyeliner is really soft and creamy, that you can smudge it out. So, but you do have to go to some extra steps to make sure it stays, and I will describe those coming up here. But anyway, I'm going to just take that, and we're going to go, I'm going to zoom out just a little bit so I make sure I stay in the shot here. I'm going to go from inner to outer corner. And I mean, this is, pencil liners I think are what a lot of us started out using, you know, before all the creams and maybe even liquids. You know, this is kind of like the first thing you go to when you start doing eyeliner, I think, for a lot of people. So hopefully this isn't too far out of your comfort zone. I'm lining all the way to the outer corner, and I'm not creating a cat-eyed effect, but I am thickening the liner just slightly as we get to the corner of the eye. And then I'm going to just connect up with that, meet up with it on the bottom. And then sort of, I mean, I would not call that a cat eye by any means, but we're just kind of concentrating some of that color in the corner of the eye. Maybe pulling it out just slightly. Then we're going just really blending this right in with our lashes. And keep in mind, on all of this part where you're using the pencil, it does not have to be perfect, because we are going to go in and really kind of mess with the line a little bit when we smudge. So going all the way in to the absolute inner corner here. Alright, so once you've gotten that, I think we can put our liner away for good now. Oh wait, I forgot. I'm going to line the waterline with this too. This is the softest, boldest black to put right there in the waterline, I feel like. Then I'm going to grab just as any smudge tip. You could also use a Q-tip for this if you didn't have a smudger. But go right over everything you've done there. This is going to remove excess product, but it's also going to soften your lines. So just go ahead and go around, and this is going to just really exaggerate the smoky effect of this look. So you remember I said we're going back to the Coastal Scents palette. I'm using the matte black shade in the palette, and a liner brush, an angled liner brush would work really well right here. And so I'm just going to use my Coastal Scents Tack-On liner brush, get some of that on there. And like I said, you do have to go to some extra lengths to make sure this ultra creamy liner will stay for you throughout the day. And those measures include topping it off with some powder. So just do that. Just go over everything real quick. This can also add to that smoky effect there on the bottom by topping it off with powder. Powder kind of creates that look a little better than creams do sometimes. We're going back to that shadow, like I said. Get some of that on a fine crease brush. And here we're not going to do a whole lot with this, except I want to take where the corner of that liner goes to, and just meet that and sort of blend outward at that point. See what I'm doing there? I'm getting a little bit of like practically an outer V, but I'm not really, that's not really the focus of this look. And it's not a huge outer V, it's just kind of really contained, you know, within within your own crease area here. But I'm just using a minimal amount of that with a really light touch. Not going in too far, no more than halfway, and just using that to create that smoky kind of effect that we see on her so often. Next thing I'm going to do is apply a coat of mascara. I think I'm just going to use my Maybelline the Colossal. It just seems to blend really well with false lashes. And then for the false lashes, I'm using my Salon Perfect number 53. They're not an especially winged out lashes, you know, like the demis that have more length right on the outside. These are pretty much even from inside to outside. And so yeah, that's what I'm going to be putting on here, and then I'll join you with the finished look and the lips. Guys, here we are back with the finished Kim Kardashian tutorial from the People Magazine's 100 Most Beautiful People. This was a really fun one to do, and it really again focuses on some contoured cheeks, a really nice smoky eye with some pretty heavy liner to it, and then these kind of light muted lips. And what I put on there was this NYC lipstick in chiffon, and this is just a really light pink. It goes on very sheer actually, and just really pearly. And then I use the NARS lip gloss in Turkish Delight, which I know is one that she uses over the top of that to just give a really, like I said, kind of muted effect to the lips, but just that slight hint of pink. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial a lot. I just had a good time doing it. I know there are a lot of other Kim Kardashian inspired looks out there, but I had a good time, you know, trying my hand at it. And also with the hair, if you want her hairdo, it's really easy. Part your hair down the middle and curl back like this with your curling iron. I don't know how well you can see, but I just did like some really loose curls there with that, and it was really easy to do. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have, you know, looked at the People Magazine's 100 Most Beautiful list and have a request on some of the looks that I haven't done yet, please let me know. So far, I've done Julianne Hough, Carrie Underwood, Jennifer Lopez. I've done, who else was on there? I've done several, and I'll mention them in the sidebar if you want to check those out too. So thanks again so much for watching, and have a great day.